I get it. You're running to the casino because you want to make that money, but you're doing it wrong. You're not making no money with the slots. Get away from the slots and enjoy the best game in the casino that has the best opportunity for you to actually win. It's craps, but you're afraid of it because you don't even know how to play. I got you. This is Craps 101 and 102 because I'm going to actually show you how to play and then actually win right now. The number one reason why people don't play and enjoy the best game in the casino is because they're intimidated. They're intimidated because it sounds real complicated. Most of the time, there's a whole bunch of people around. There's hands moving. There's chips going everywhere. You got chips all over the place. You got hands moving. You got this going. And it's like, I don't know. I don't want to waste or throw away money. But then you'll go to the, slot machines and not know what those colors mean either. Let's take a deep breath and let me explain what craps is as easy as possible. Craps is broken into a few sections. Let's start with the most common section. We got the pass line and don't pass right here. The pass line and the don't pass is essentially like old school craps. Like if you ever played craps where 7 or 11 wins on the first roll. If you hit 2 or 3, you lose on the first roll. But if you hit a number in between, like a 6, an 8 or something like that, you got to hit that number again before the 7 happens, because if the 7 happens, you lose. That's essentially what the pass line is. So most of the time, you got a $10 minimum. So you take $10 and say, I want to play the pass line. The pass line means that if you roll right now, this is the come out, if this puck is off, this come out, that means if I roll a 7, I win. If I roll an 11, I also win on the first roll. But if I roll a 2, 3, or a 12, I lose. If I roll any of these numbers, the 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10, the puck will then turn on, and that just indicates that you got to roll that number again to win your money 1 for 1 right here. That is this section. The don't is the exact opposite of that, meaning that the 7 or 11 loses on the first roll, and the 2 and the 3 wins on the first roll. The 12, it pushes. It's that we don't have a slight advantage on the don't. And then if any of these numbers get rolled, let's say a 5 gets rolled, you win if a 7 comes, and you lose if you roll that number again. That's the don't pass. That's the very beginning. That's the first section you got to learn, the pass, don't pass. Let's roll that out. So I'm going to play the pass line right now. Boom. This is a 5. I now have to roll a 5. All these numbers don't matter. I got to roll a 5. There's the 5. And now I win. This turns off. I win 1 to 1. So I just made $10 there. Let's try it again. I'm going to do another pass line bet. Oh, another 5. Roll it again. A 5. Boom. I just made another $10. Now, let's try it one more time and show you what it looks like when you lose. There's a 9. This would go to the 9. Roll it. A 6. Doesn't matter. Oh, man, I'm winning. This is the pass line. I'm a hot shooter. Another $10. Let's keep it going. A 7. I win again because, remember, it was the first roll. Let's roll it again. A 6. Now the point is a 6. I just got to roll a 6 one more time. Boom. That's a 7 out. That's a loser. That is the pass line. Let's play the don't pass. It's the exact same, remember, except for it's the opposite. So you win on a 2 and a 3 on the first roll. You lose on a 7 and 11. So let's go. Here we go. An 8. Now, I need to roll a 7 before an 8 hits to win because I'm on the don't. There's the 9. There's the 10. Oh, an 8. So this would lose the don't. But if a 7 rolled, I would have won. So that is the very first basic. Anyone can go up to a table and put the minimum bet down on a pass and don't pass when this puck is off. That's the section. The next section that you need to learn and know about is the field. See how this is a totally separate game. And if you notice, it has these numbers on it. This is very simple and easy. This is a one roll bet. If you put money in the field and any of these numbers roll, no matter when it is, you double your money. You basically, boom, it's a 1-for-1. Unless you hit 2 or 12, you get double, sometimes triple, depending on your casino. So let's roll that out, for example. This is an 11. 11's on the board, so that would make $10. That's a profit. Let's do it again. That's a 3. A 3 is on the board. That's another $10. You just keep it rolling. Some people, that's a 4, $10. Some people just play the field and they have a great time doing it. Now, in my opinion, do I think it's a good bet? Technically, no, it's a sucker's bet, but we'll get into that later. But this right here is a great way to not feel intimidated. This puck doesn't matter. You can literally walk up to the table, put $20 on the field, roll the dice. That 5 would have lost because, see, the 5 isn't here. And then you can do it again. Boom, $20, let's roll it again. A 10, that makes $20. So they would literally come, give me my money, $20. Boom, I could walk away. This is no contract here. It's a one roll bet. It's right here, this is separate. The next 3 that I would say is the most common are these numbers up here. These numbers act as points, right? So, and the reason why that is remember, a 7 and 11 wins on the first roll, and it loses on the first roll here, but also the 2, 3, and the 12. That's why those aren't here, but every other number is represented. What does that mean? If any of those numbers are hit, so here we go, that's a 10. That first roll here, that means this is the point that's established. So up here you have, these are the points. The dealers will control these numbers. This is, you handle this stuff right here. This is all you right here. But up here, you'll have a dealer working this. And they'll put their chips. So if you see a whole bunch of chips on there, you don't have to worry about that. That's how they calculate, who's betting. So if you're sitting here, this will represent that bet. If you're sitting over there, this will represent that bet. So that's what this is. But I want to talk to you about place bets. Place bets are saying, I believe that these numbers are going to hit before Big Red and or the 7 hits. So let's say I place $10 on the 5 and $10 on the 4, $10 on the 10, $10 on the 9. If any of these numbers hit, I make money on this. Now, for every $10 I place on the 4, I make $18. Okay? For every $10 I place on the 5, I make $14. That's how it works. And if you really want to do the math, for every $5, it's it's 7, 7, 9, 9. These are married. They're split in half. You got the 4, 5, and 6 have the same amount of odds as the 10, 9, and 8. So these two are the same, these two are the same, these two are the same. All right? That is the basic. Now notice how I didn't have the 6 and the 8. The 6 and the 8 are technically the second most rolled numbers in theory, mathematically speaking. So it costs a little bit more to play. Now you don't have to, but you don't get the true payout. So you have to actually play a $6 minimum to get the full $7 winning. So all of these pay 7 on the inside, and these outside numbers pay $9 for every 5 because it's harder to hit a 4 and a 10. That's why. So let's play it out as if there's no point established. I'm going to say I'm going to run this right here, and I'm going to have it working. So I'm going to have it on. And what that means is I believe that these numbers are going to hit before Big Red or the 7 hits. So let's roll it out and find out. A 5. Now the point becomes a 5. This 5 hits, so that's a $7 for me. Gonna keep it coming. That's a 6. That 6 hits. 6 pays 7. Keep it rolling. An 8 hits. 8 pays 7. See, I'm in the money right now. A 9 hits. 9 pays 7. Another 5. Oh, look, that's the point. I just got paid another $7.5. points off. I'm still working though, so this is another come out roll. Another 5, that comes out here. And you literally can keep on going until big red hits. 8. I thought it was going to hit right there, but it didn't. So boom, here's an 8. That pays 7. A 4, that pays 9. And you just keep it going. I'm going to keep it going until this is a good roll. A 6, that pays 7. So right now I'm positive. 5, there's the point again. Everyone's happy. You're happy. They made the point. Boom. I got another one coming. 10, that pays 9. Man, I should have really bet real money. I'm doing well. In theory, the big red comes every 7 rolls. So this is awesome. That's another hit. And so right now it don't matter what happens. A 6. So that is a place bet, right? So right now I'm up all of this money, which is fantastic. That's a place bet. You can also do what's called a lay bet up here. Remember how the pass and the don't pass are opposites? The place and the lay are opposites up here. You're telling the casino, I believe a 7 will hit before any of these numbers. So you could do what's called a lay bet, right? So a lay bet says, let's do a lay bet on the 5, for example. I'm going to say I'm going to lay $30 down, $30 here, and I say I believe that a 7 is going to hit before this 5 hits, and I'm going to have it working. Now, because you slightly have the advantage, the casino obviously is not going to be like, hey, I need you to, you can play 1 for 1 here. No, because then everyone would just lay bet because the 7 is the most rolled number on the dice. So it costs you a tax to do it. In this case, it costs $2 to do that because for every $30 it costs $1. So this is 60, it costs $2. And the payout is weird because for every $30 you make 20. So this $60 bet right here, or I'm sorry, this for every $30 you make 20. So this $30 bet, since there's only one, it's only $1. This $30 bet right here, that pays $20. So let's see. This is a 5, lay bet on the 5. Let's see if we can hit big red first. A 6, point is a 6. We don't care. We're on a lay. A 5, we would actually lose because the 5 came before the 7. That is a lay bet, and you can lay any of these numbers down. A lot of people use lay bets for what's called hedging, and we'll get into that in the later videos, but that is the basics of this. You can do other things. You can buy numbers too, but I want to talk about that right now. Those are the basics. Those are the games, the 3 major games in here. There's one more game in here. It's called the come bet. Notice how it's here. This is basically a brand new pass line bet when another point is established. So let's say, for example, I got a pass line bet. That point is a 6. This pass line represents this button. This is a contracted bet. You can't take it back. It has to happen when a 7 happens or this number hits. It's the only way it'll come down. It's a contracted bet. You can then say, hey, I want to start a brand new pass line. Well, you would do it in the come bet. That come bet is now a brand new pass line right here. So the very first roll to this one, 7 or 11 matters, remember, because a 7 wins, 11 wins. And a 2 and a 3 will lose. So in this case, that's an 8. Now this will travel to the 8 as a separate pass line bet, or a come bet in this case. And if you roll an 8, it pays 1 to 1. So it works the exact same way as the pass line. And guess what? This come bet also has an opposite. It's called the don't come bet. It's the same thing as the don't pass. You believe that once you get past the first roll, that let's say in this case a 2 and a 3 wins, 7 and 11 loses. So let's roll it out. That's a 4. This goes into the don't come section. You believe that a 7 is going to come before the 4. And if it does, you win 1 to 1. In this case, that's a 6. That pass line would win, but I'm not going to move it. A 3. Here we go. A 7. Boom. You just won 1 to 1, while everyone else who didn't bet this don't come loses. The dealer will then hand it over here and then slide it to you that way. And that's how you win on the don't come. So that's all cute. That's all great. But what about winning? How can I win? Now, the number one strategy that most people do is what's called the iron cross. Let me show you the iron cross real quick. The iron cross is simple. I'm going to place $10 on the pass line, and I'm going to get past the pass line. Remember, it's off. Okay, so I just got a 9. The point is now a 9, right? Then I'm going to play these 3 numbers up here. I'm going to say I need $10 on the 5, $12, remember multiples of 6 on the 8, and $12 on the 6. Then I'm going to take $10 and put it in the field. The reason why it's called the iron cross, if you kind of look, it kind of looks like a cross. This means that every single number that is rolled, you make money, except for the 7. So let's roll it out. A 6. A 6 loses in the field, but I thought you said that you make money I thought you make money every time. You do, because remember, this $12 makes 14. So you might have lost the $10 in the field, but remember, you gained 14. So then you just put that $4 in your pocket, put the 10 back on the field, and roll it again. Let's see what happens. Boom. Here's the problem that I don't like with the iron cross. If you don't have a long roll, like this is the case, that 7 came. Well, guess what? In that roll, you paid 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $4 to only make $4 profit. So you lost $50, which is not fun. So that's the iron cross. It is not my favorite, but it is the most common strategy out there. But what is the most effective strategy? This is what I would do. If I was a very newbie, a very beginner, don't really know anything, I would do what is called the one-hit wonder is what I'm going to call it. This one, I think is very, very easy. I'm going to take $24. Okay. Take $24. I'm going to put it on the 6. $24. And I'm going to put it on the 8. And I'm going to tell the dealers I want these bets working. Meaning that when these dice roll, I want to risk losing everything if a 7 happens. Because if a 6 and an 8 happens, I'm in the money. Now watch this. If this hits, either one of these hit, I get paid $28. Okay? And so what happens is if I get paid $28, I'm then going to tell the dealer to take my bets down by half, because on a place bet, I forgot to tell you, you can take these off at any time. I'm going to have them take it down by half. And if you do the math here, check this out. If you hit one time, a 6 and an 8, one time, there's 25, 35, 40. Okay. Here's your 45, 46, 47, 48. That's your $48 that was at risk. And you just made $4 profit no matter what happens. And now this is house money. And you just let it ride. Every time you make it, you just let it ride. So let me show you. Let's play that out. Okay, we're going to play that out right now. This is my favorite low bank strategy. If you only got a couple $100, maybe $100, boom, here it is right here. I'm going to have it working. Let's do a come out roll. Let's see what it is. A 5. The point is a 5. You don't win, you don't lose. Okay, let's roll it out. A 4, doesn't matter to you. An 8, that's awesome because boom, that's $28. You say, hey, dealer, drop me down by half. I'm going to pocket this money. I'm going to keep it. Right now, no matter what, you are up $4 no matter what happens. Now, this is where you get a choice. You can either A, let it ride, or B, you can take this winnings on the next hit and start putting pressure on the other numbers. So let's see how that works out. So I'm already up $4 on the shooter. I don't care what happens after this, but let's see if we can keep it going. So, oh, look, here's a 6. Now this $12 pays, remember it pays 14. So because it pays $14, now watch this. Here's my $4. Now I'm up $8. I'm going to take this 10. I'm going to cover the 9. I'm still in profit. This is house money. I don't care what happens. Now let's roll it again. Boom, the 10, doesn't matter. There's a 5. Okay, the point goes off here. This is a common question. If the point's hit, do you lose this money? You don't, it stays. So now the shooter is still shooting. I'm gonna say it's off. I'm gonna say, hey, my deals are off now because it's here. I do that superstition-wise. You could keep them working, just so you know, but I say take it off because I've already made my $8. That person's gonna shoot. Let's see what it is. Okay, it's an 8. I should have kept it on, but I didn't. So now we're gonna roll it again. Boom, there's another 8. That makes another $14 right here. Boom, points off. I'm gonna take the $10, put it on the 5, keep the $4. I'm at $12 and I'm still chilling. This is house money, doesn't matter. And I'm gonna say, let's keep it off. Let's get another point established. Boom, a 6 happens. And now let's let it ride. There's an 8. 8 pays 14. Now, you could choose to add these numbers, but statistically speaking, if you're looking for a low bank, I would just let this ride to build your bank up. So that's $14 profit. Keep it going. Boom, that's a 6. The points hit that, but that's another 14 for us. So there's another $14. Let's roll it again. That's a 10. This point becomes a 10. There's a 4, hard 4, doesn't matter. There's an 8. That's $14 for us. Boom, that's $14. There's the 7. That's 7 out. So you would lose this here on that shooter. Everyone else is upset because they pressed all this stuff. And I'll talk about what a press is here in a little bit. But in this particular case, we made $4 here, 4, 8, 12 here, 16, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, right? And then here is 20, 30, 40, 50. That's $54 profit on that shooter. And now we're just on to the next one. What do? You put another $48 up here, let it ride again. That is my favorite low ball, low bankroll strategy. Now, there's one thing that all the veterans in here that's probably watching this video, if you're watching the video, you're thinking, oh, Mark, what about this big thing? What about there's one bet I haven't talked about. And it's the most important bet because it's the only bet in the casino that has a 0% house advantage. 0. It is called the odds bet. The odds bet works, and it's not even advertised on the board. They don't want you to know what this bet is. They don't have an advantage of you. It's the only bet in the casino that has a 0% house advantage. So check this out. Let's go back to the pass line right here, right? You got the pass line. When you got the pass line bet is, let's play that out normally. So let's get a point established. Boom, the point is now an 8. Now you're eligible for what's called the odds bet. The odds bet is placed behind the pass line. And this bet right there has a 0% house advantage. And it not only does it pay, but it pays really, really, really well. So this pays 1-to-1. This pays 6-to-5. So for every $5 you put back here, it makes $6. I mean, it's crazy. So basically what you're doing is, let's say I got $20 back here. Hypothetically. Well, if an 8 rolls, not only did I make that $20 right there, but I got 4 ones. That's $24. Boom, that's the 6. Same thing for the 8. That's the same thing for the 6. The 5 and the 9 pay even more. Remember, it pays $30 for every 20. And then on the 4 and the 10, it pays literally 2-to-1 back there in odds. This is the best bet in the casino, the only one that has a 0% house advantage. And this is why I believe and know that the craps is the best game, period, in the casino. That is craps 101 and a little bit of 102 for a strategy. So get out there. Don't be intimidated. Ask the dealers for help. They want to help you. They're in the service industry. Make sure you tip them, obviously. But get out there and throw craps. Let's go!